Hello, I'm going to teach you how to use flour. When you can bake things from scratch. You don't have to buy things from the store already cooked. You can make it yourself. I'm talking now about flour products, anything that's got a base of flour. Now, if you take flour, which is dry, and you add a little bit of water, you can make a biscuit. So let's do that. So we take a little bit of flour, okay? Okay, we're going to add a little bit of, now a flour, a biscuit, we want our biscuit to rise, right? We don't want our biscuit to be flat. Anything that you want to rise, you have to add a riser to. Now, if you're adding water, you need to add baking powder. If you're not adding water, you would use baking soda. Okay, so for cookies, which don't have water in them, you would add baking soda. For biscuits and brownies and cake, you would add baking powder. Okay, I don't know why. So let's add a little bit of baking powder. Now you won't need much for that much flour, okay? So we mix that together. So that's our flour and baking powder. Now if you want it to be salty, you could add a little salt. Okay, and we add a little bit of water. Now we're adding just enough water to make it hold together, okay? Because what we're going to make here is a biscuit. Okay? So there we go. Can you see this? Okay, so there's your, just enough to hold it together. That would be called a baking powder biscuit, okay? So we'll put that over here on this. That's a baking powder biscuit. Now, we added just a little bit of water to make our biscuit. Let's add a little more water and see what we can make. Okay, we add a little more water. Okay, and we have something thick, okay? So this would be about your consistency for a cupcake, right? A muffin, let's say a muffin. So we want, for a muffin, we're going to need to add a little, we've got water in it, so we'd use baking powder. Add a little baking powder there. Doesn't take much. Okay, and if it's going to be a biscuit, we're going to add a little sugar, right? Because we want a muffin. We're going to have a little sweet. So we add a little sugar to it. Okay? Now, it's pouring consistency, right? So we would put this in a muffin cup, and this would be, maybe it's a little too drippy for a muffin. There. Okay, so that's good enough for a muffin now, okay? So we would put that in a muffin tin. And when you make muffins in your muffin tin, you need to grease your pan. I need to check how long the time is on this already. Okay, I'm running out of time. Okay, so you would grease your little muffin tin hole, and then you're going to pour this in. Now, because this is beaten very well, it's going to be better as a cupcake. Okay? Cake is beaten more. Okay? So there you go. There is your muffin and your biscuit. And what was the difference in a muffin and a biscuit? The amount of water. And you added some sweetener because you wanted it to be sweet. But because it's water in the dough, you add baking powder. Okay? If you hadn't put baking powder in, they're going to be flat and hard. Okay, now if you add a lot of water, can make it really runny like that, you can cook that and break it, and that's going to be crackers. Okay? You might want to add a little spice to that. Okay, that's it. This is tape 1 or whatever.